So, as I said, it got to that stage where now it had transformed into a community affair, which was wonderful because we brought in schools, churches. You know, they had bun fights all over the place. The Legion, concerts, choral groups, bands, and it was just a mushroom of activity for a 10-day period in Corner Brook in the middle of the winter.
It also brought in other organizations such as curling and hockey.
Oh,
and
yes,
skating,
curling.
and
Yes,
those things
yes,
were all
yes,
involved once
yeah.
it became a community.
All the sports people got behind it, and they would have their, you know, their championships, and of course what it did was bring in people from all over Canada and indeed places in North America, and that came just for the carnival because it was you can imagine a good Newfoundland time. I'll tell you that. Lots of good Newfoundland food on the go.
Yeah. So that's how it became the.
That's how it became the Winter Carnival, and I'm not sure. I can't say for sure, but I think that was probably one of the first winter carnivals of that type, of that magnitude, in Newfoundland. And other communities picked up on it who didn't have skiing, but they centered it on whatever was popular in their community. But they had a winter carnival, so you know. Large oaks from little acorns grow.
Well, thank you, Bob, for that. That was really informative. I think that you shed some light on the starts of the Corner Brook Winter Carnival. So thank you for your input.
Okay. Well, as we say in Newfoundland, as to conclude and finish, I would be completely remiss in my duty if I didn't this time express and let you know the names of some of the people who were actually the foundation of Marble Mountain, and the work that they put in, totally volunteered, totally. And I'll start with probably one of the prime movers of this all going back. These are people who cut the first branches of the slopes up there, and three in particular come to mind: Knut Fasnes, Ernie Langens, and Håkan Wich. These were the men whose ideas we all latched onto and followed. And then there's support we got from Bowaters, because this was really Bowaters' land. But they let us do what we want with it. They even paid, when we cut the slopes, they paid us for the wood we cut. And without some of the backings of people like Albert Martin and Hugh Joyce and Reg Stanford, and the list goes on, of people at Bowaters, whatever we wanted, they gave us the first ski hut, the ski cabin. They gave us the paint. To paint it. That's why it was such an awful colour. But then it was paint and it was free. And we all dug in. And everybody had their part to play in it. And it was a family affair, a mom and pop thing, if you want to call it. The families took part in it. The Colburns, Albert and Mank, did so much. Merle White, Bud Russo, Cyril Crocker and Paul Colburn, the first ski instructors. And boy, you should have seen those guys ski. They were really, really something else. But they put their heart and soul in it and taught so many of us the finer points of skiing. And then we had family groups like the Englishes and Jerry Butler in particular, who looked after the young people and made sure they were taken care of. And it's so it goes. It was, as I said, it was a family affair. And if you look at the names on the slopes, some of these names of these people are still there. You have Knut Schut, after Knut and Nina, because Nina and Flossie, Nina and Fasnes and Flossie Crocker worked a canteen, and they would bring their food from home, because we had very limited cooking facilities to feed the hungry skiers who came off that slope.
I never heard the money.
You know, and to tell you when the bus arrived, Murphy's bus, that would supply a bus run for kids to come up to ski. So we had Knut Schut, and then Steinberg's Way and Hansen's Way. Mrs. Hansen was another one. And then humbly Macleod's 9, Crocker's Run and Langen's Lane. So all these names are still embedded. You might look and ski today and look at these names and wonder who those people are. Well, they were real people, and without them you would not be enjoying skiing today.
Good, Bob.
Now, if you go back even a little further, and I'm not been 100% politically correct, but I don't care. I'm a Newfoundlander, okay? We had named those slopes after seals. Beginner slope was the White Coat. The junior slope now, it was called the Bedlamer, which is the next seal up, and then the senior was the Old Harp. Okay, so remember that. That's part of our tradition. Okay. I don't know if I can say a lot more, but these were people, real people, who devoted a lot of energy at no cost. Never stopped to wonder about the cost, just wanted to do the best they could.
A lot of enjoyment.
All right.
Thank you.
All right, take me out, boys, I'm finished.